we just did really some testing today and some shooting, so there wasn't really a lot of, today was more of a testing day than anything, so we didn't really do too much structured work. Tomorrow we'll start getting more into skating and some skill work and that, but I thought a lot of guys had good days today. The end of June's not especially for a guy like that hasn't really skated in a month. Coming off the draft, the guys that actually end up going to the draft, it's a tough little stretch for them. So, he had a good day today.
I think immediately after the draft, there's always excitement, especially with the top guys. Can they be in the lineup opening night? Do you want to pour some water on that fire or stoke it? Or?
I mean, that's up to them, really, right? I mean, this is not the time for that. I think that their play in September and October and training camp is gonna determine that. So. That's not my job to pick who plays in the lineup. We're just out here trying to give them every ounce of information that they can handle about what it takes to become a good pro and play a long time in this league. So we're here more for education and evaluation.
What do you say about regarding that? I mean, is this more about hockey this week, or
it's
more
all about evaluation? I tell them, even out there, we're working on a lot of things that are uncomfortable for these guys. Like we're trying to work on skills that are going to help them. In the future, skills that they're going to need to develop in order to play in the NHL, and they're not there yet. That's just how it works. These guys, they're kids, and so if they're worried about evaluation, they won't try the necessary things. They're scared to make mistakes, so to say. So we make that very clear, and then the guys were great. There was a lot of good work done today.
Shawn, with Berggren, I mean, why? He said it was for security. He wasn't on the ice. I mean, what's the difference between today and tomorrow as far as his back?
I'm not sure. I haven't been, I haven't been told anything about that yet. So I just know I was told today after the testing that he was going to be off today. That's all I know.
A guy like Kevin Mackey, obviously, he's at a size disadvantage. What does a guy of that stature need to do to make it at this level? Is it about quickness? Is it about smarts?
Yeah, well, he definitely has natural smarts. He's got natural abilities. And for him, it's just going to be, can he be strong enough? Can he develop a strong enough core and lower body to be able to protect the puck in traffic? Can he develop his legs to get enough speed to get up in the play? I think he's come a long way since last year. I think we drafted him at 140 pounds or 145 pounds, and he's put some work in this summer. It's still early in the summer. He's got a long ways to go, but he really finished the season well last year, and he's definitely a project, and he's going to take some time.
I know from talking to Johnny Gaudreau, one of the things he's learned to do is you got to think ahead, because if you get into the physical battle, you're going to lose him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But at the same time, if you want to win, you got to get in those hard areas, right? But the only way to do that is to be strong enough to take a pounding against these bigger guys in the league, and there's plenty of guys that prove they can do that night in, night out, and it's going to be up to Otto if they put the work in, and see if that can happen.
With a guy like Berggren, though, what can you tell about his development because he missed so much time?
Well, it's been slowed. Obviously, it's not an ideal situation for a kid to miss at least half of last season, if not 2/3 of it, and then not be able to train at full capacity. It's not great, but he was healed up at the end of last year. I thought he put in their season finishes early over there, so he's been able to put some good off-ice workout in. I'm hoping that everything goes good, and we're going to see him this week.
Seth Barton's a guy that I don't think got a ton of attention last year. How have you seen kind of his game develop and physically develop?
Yeah, Seth was a guy that we didn't know too much about as a development staff last year, but he came in and he impressed, obviously, in camp. Was just a small, scrawny kid, but had good vision, moved the puck well, and then thanks to injury, got thrust into a bigger role in college and did very well. So we were really happy with his year last year. He's another kid, though, that just needs to put strength on. It's going to take time, and he's in that process, and he's doing well.
Does Zadina skate this week, or is he?
I don't know about that either. That's not. The medical staff will comment on that. I'm not sure where he's at.
Veleno, what have you seen from him in 1 year's time as far as his progress?
Well, Joe looks great. I think he had a great season last year, obviously making the World Junior team. Finishing, I think, first or second in points per game in the league, fourth in overall scoring. But I was really happy with his overall game. I think he showed a much better, awareness in a D zone. A lot of these young guys, that they get drafted high, they think that their skills and what's going to make them make the league and last a long time, and that's really, frankly, not the case. I mean, a lot of those, very few people survive on just offensive talent in the National Hockey League, and he's going to be no different. We need him to be if we're going to be successful, he's got to develop into a good 200-foot player, much like Larks. I think it's taking Larks time, but he's really finding his game defensively. We use Larks as an example for Joe a lot.
You have 3 guys next year at Boston University.
Yeah.
Other than it makes it easier for you to keep tabs on them, is there any other advantages to having guys?
Yeah, I don't know.
playing
I'm
together?
gonna need to get a timeshare or Airbnb or something there. We're gonna spend a lot of time, but it does make it easier because when you go in, you can see 3 guys. When you talk to the coaching staff, I have Casper's been there for a while now, so and then obviously Len worked with the organization before going there, so we've got a good relationship with BU, and yeah, it makes it easier because you're not I get more viewing on the guys, so it's always a benefit.